planting the seeds. The dragons have a master plan. They know you need a solid foundation to build one. Baby steps are needed on this journey. At first, the youngsters had to learn how to focus inside, meditate. If they didn't learn that at even a simple level, the youngsters would pay all attention to the outside world. This is why they had to play hide and seek over and over again until it became a habit. It became second nature. They learned over time that God and the universe exists within. One another game the dragons used was peekaboo. The dragons had their own style to this game. Children would close their eyes and say, peekaboo! And the dragons would instantaneously reappear inside of them. The children would laugh so hard each time they did this. They never got tired of it. Even when they got older, they still got a big kick out of this game. This taught the child that the dragon world exists within. You are never alone. This helped the child in daily life. You see, their life was rough. Most of them never had the opportunity to go to school. Even at a young age, they had to work in the field. It was tough and demanding. The dragons understood the laws of the universe. They understood that the kids learned that if you plant a seed in the ground, there's a process. A seed doesn't grow overnight. The crop must be tended to. You must pull your weeds. If you don't, the weeds will overtake your precious crop. You had to toil the soil and water it. It took a tremendous amount of energy. Well, the kids had no problem understanding those principles. The dragons then explained, you have an inner garden that must be attended to. You must pull your inner weeds of anger, war, greed, hate, and intolerance. You must learn how to pull the weeds of bullying. You see, this was a major problem in China and Tibet. It still is rampant in the West. The dragons were probably the best psychologists in the world. They understood the mind to such a great extent. They truly knew the ways to develop a healthy and positive mind. They understood that the universe is kind, the universe is patient, the universe is love and compassion, the universe is tolerant. You see, you are the universe, you just don't know it. The youngsters never heard of such a thing. They're only used to see war, bickering, and anger. Sure, at times they experienced a little happiness, but they never knew that they could change their emotional state. They didn't have to be angry or bully other people around. The kids learn how to truly transform themselves. The dragons taught them how to hesitate before they speak. They taught them to be conscious of what they spoke. They were taught, if something is negative, don't say it. They understood it was placing more wood on the fire. The dragons knew about bullying. Remember, they were bullied all throughout their lives. Remember, that was one reason they left. There was this little innocent girl named Pima. Pima's name means lotus. She was like a lotus, very pure. Because she was pure and innocent, the boys loved to taunt her and bully her. She constantly had to endure this. The dragons were quite aware of her pain. Anyway, to make a long story short, they came up with a master plan. The next time the boys tried to bully her, the dragons would come to her rescue and roar. I mean, roar. It could be heard all over the valley. The bullies would run away in fear. Hema was so kind in nature, she would console the bullies and they would become best of friends. One by one, the bullies were transformed. They became students with the dragons and were transformed. It's kind of funny that modern day psychologists didn't embrace positive mental health until the 1980s. They only taught about the ailments of the mind. The East has been teaching and learning for thousands of years. There was even a rumor that Buddha learned from the dragons. He got his learning from the inner dimension. Buddha was considered the first psychologist of his time. He understood the mechanics of the mind, which is still in play today.